Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Daun, and I'm a PhD student in clinical exercise physiologist at the Health and Wellness Lab.
And my name is Emma McLaughlin. I'm a master's student and fitness instructor with the Health and Wellness Lab. Today, Julia and I are going to take you through week 5 of our virtual holiday workout series. We are together for 20 minutes and we are going to work through a pyramid workout. You will notice that we are not playing music in our class today, but fear not. We have a wonderful Spotify playlist linked for you in the description below that you can check out if you want. Most importantly, before we get started, please make sure that you are nice and warm. You can check out some of our other warm-up videos on our YouTube channel.
Thank you, Emma. So today we are working through a pyramid full body workout, meaning that we're going to move up from 10 reps up to 60 seconds across different exercises. We're going to go through a full body workout today. What you need for equipment is just yourself and a little bit of space. But if you do have, you can use some dumbbells and a resistance band or any other household items you may have with you. That can include cans of chickpeas, cans of peas, water bottles, whatever you have with you, you can use. We can get creative. Most importantly is we want to make sure that you're listening to your body first and our voice second. We are here to guide you through this video, but please feel free to stop and take breaks at any point. You can pause the video. You might work a little faster than us, a little slower than us, or about the same pace as us. Most importantly, is this is your workout. We're just here to guide you. So we have 6 exercises ahead of us today. The first one is going to be a squat or a leg extension. You'll notice that I'm going to be doing all our exercise options from standing today. Emma's going to be showing all of them from seated. So if you're feeling tired or prefer to do your exercises from seating today, you're going to watch Emma. If you're feeling like you have a bit more energy today or just want to do your exercises from standing, you're going to watch me. So starting with our squat or seated leg extension, feet are nice and wide, about shoulder distance apart, maybe a little bit wider with the toes pointed out if the knees are feeling tender. Taking our glutes back, like our bum back like we're sitting in a chair. Exhaling to bring us back up. That's our squat. Hands can either be at our hips, out in front of us, crossed over our chest, or even holding on to another object to make it a little bit more difficult. Weight is in my heels. I'm inhaling to come down, exhaling to come up. I'm only going as far as feels comfortable today, so maybe that means it's just a pulse, and that's perfectly fine. If you're watching Emma today on that leg extension, you're seated nice and tall and strong on a chair, a couch, a ball, whatever you have you're working with today. We're coming into a leg extension. She's going to exhale to bring her leg up in front of her, squeezing that nice big quad muscle group at the top of her thigh. Inhaling it to bring back down. We're on 10 squats or 5 leg extensions on each side. Our second exercise here is a row. We're going to be doing 20 of these. So you're either finding a bent over position, so sending that bum back a little bit, shoulders down and back from those ears, belly button to that spine, nice strong core, rowing back with those arms, either 2 at a time or 1 at a time, or maybe I'm alternating. Arms are nice and close to my sides, squeezing between those shoulder blades. Here, you can also do this with your bands, with your weights, or with no equipment at all. If you're like Emma from the chair today, you can use your band. You want to loop it underneath that foot. You want to make sure that foot is not too flexed, not too pointed, somewhere in the middle so that that band stays nice and secure on that foot. Same thing here, rowing back, squeezing between the shoulder blades. The third exercise we're going to go through today is 30 jumping jacks. You can do this one seated like Emma. She's going to take her feet and arms side to side. Or you can do your standing like me, or with a little shuffle, or with a jump, or with a star jump, or you can alternate between those different options, whatever your heart desires. Then we're coming into 40 seconds of a single leg forward bend or a hip hinge. This one here is a balance and a hamstring glute exercise. You can use a wall or a chair to help you balance, or you can go off the wall or chair for a little balance challenge. Chest and hips are square to the direction I'm facing, hinging over those hips. I come forward, chest stays nice and lifted, slight bend in that knee, glute brings me back up. Nice, slow, controlled movements. We're gonna do 20 seconds on each side. Or you can come into a double leg hip hinge like Emma here. Bum goes back like you're trying to hit a wall behind you. Chest up, core nice and strong, back, nice and neutral. From here, we're gonna take it into a 50 seconds of a bicep curl to shoulder press, shoulder press combo. Here you can choose if you want to just do a curl, just a press, or combine them together, either 2 at a time or 1 at a time. Nice strong core, making sure you find that pelvic tilt. So you're using your arm, your bicep and shoulder muscles to do the work while your spine stays nice and strong. If you're like Emma, you can do this one from seated as well, making sure that core stays nice and stable. And then our last exercise here is another cardio. We're on 60 seconds of fast feet or seated punches or anything your heart desires. And that's our pyramid. I'm gonna take us through round 1. Emma's gonna take us through round 2, and we're gonna see what we can get to in the next 20 minutes. Emma, how are you feeling? Are you ready?
Ready to go, team. Let's do it.
Alrighty, team, give yourself a shoulder roll. Wiggle those fingers and toes. We're starting with those 10 squats or 10 leg extensions in 3, 2, 1, and go. Timer's on for 20 minutes. So here we're in our first round. It's all about getting ourselves set up, choosing what feels good for us. If we're on that squat, feet are about shoulder distance apart. Bum goes back like I'm sitting on that chair. Nice strong core, chest is high and proud. Maybe I'm smiling, I promise. It helps. I think we got about 3 reps here to go. If you're on that leg extension, nice strong core seated, extending that leg out for you. Last rep here and get out of there. Woo! All right, we're gonna find our rows, finding that bent over position or that seated row. 20 reps, here we go. Now you'll notice that we might be moving, or we might be doing a couple more reps than you or a couple less reps than you. That's okay. What matters is that we're moving together, we're moving our bodies, and that's amazing on its own. If you're doing these rows just on one side, you'll want to do 10 reps on each side and then switch or alternating, whatever feels best for you here. Nice strong core, exhaling as we pull back, inhaling as we reset, really letting that breath guide your movement. Emma, how you doing for reps? I think I've got about 4 more here.
I'm right there with you. We got this, team. Final push.
Woo! Last one on each side. Double one. Let's get out of there. Woo! Alrighty, team, let's find those jumping jacks. 30 jumping jacks whenever you're ready. Side to side, jumping wherever you need to be. I'm going to do a few jumping, maybe a few shuffling. Even when we're on a cardio like a jumping jack, we want to make sure our core stays nice and strong. And if you've been part of our ACE classes, you would hear us talking a lot about the core and how it goes from our shoulders down to our glutes. It's really a whole pillar. So we want to make sure that whole area stays nice and stable. I haven't been counting these, but let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Get out of there. We are going to find our 40 seconds of a single leg forward bend or a hip hinge. Give yourself a shoulder roll, find that core. Timer's on in 3, 2, 1, and go. Here we go. 20 seconds on each side, or if you prefer, you can do 40 seconds on one side. Balance challenge if you're off the wall, or if you're feeling a little more unstable today, you can use that wall or chair to support you. Or like Emma, you can go into a double hip hinge. Guess what? We're halfway right there. 20 seconds to go. Halfway is also a great time to check in and see how you're feeling. You don't have to commit to just one exercise. You can bounce around between what Emma's doing and what I'm doing whatever feels best for you. Beautiful team. Final stretch here in 3, 2, 1. Get out of there. We're going to work those biceps and those shoulders. Find your curl. Nice, strong, stable standing or seated, pulling that belly button to your spine. Core is nice and tight, like you can take a punch. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and go. 50 seconds. Now here, what happens is our shoulders love to creep up to those ears. So our goal is to keep that those shoulders down and back from those ears. That's part of our pillar, right? So we want to keep that neck relaxed. You're finding that you're doing this 2 arms and that neck is feeling a little too tight. Try 1 at a time. Sometimes that can help. How's that core? Checking in, making sure that core feels nice and stable here. We are halfway, switching sides if we need. using your breath to guide your movement. If you're standing, a nice slight bend in those knees. Nice strong core. If you're seated, you want to make sure you're holding that core as well, belly button to that spine. Nice and strong seated position. Oftentimes we kind of lean towards arching our spine standing or curving through that spine sitting. So bringing yourself back to neutral. 3, 2, 1, and get out of there. Woo! Alrighty, team, are we ready? 60 seconds of fast feet, or maybe it's 2 and 2 out, or maybe it's dancing. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and go. So seated punches with Emma, fast feet with me, or maybe a combination of us together, a fast feet punch. We are here for 60 seconds, but if 60 seconds isn't feeling good for you, you can take it down a notch to 45 to 50, even 30. And you can take breaks in the middle, find a march or a walk instead if you need. Beautiful team, guess what? I've got excellent news for you. We are halfway, 30 seconds to go. Here, if you want, you can take it up just 1% in intensity. See how that feels. If you don't love it, you come back down. Emma, how are we doing? We've got 20 seconds left.
We got this, team. Find that inhale and that exhale. Core is working here. Maybe you're speeding it up 1%, slowing it down 1%, wherever you are. We are almost there, team. 10 seconds to go. Final push. We are right there with you. Woo!
You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1. Get out of there. Woo! High five, team. Round 1 is done. Keep those legs moving. Grab some water if you need. Let that heart rate slow. Emma's gonna take us through round 2 in just a few seconds here. Emma, how you doing?
Woo, I am doing great, Julia. How are you?
Woo, feeling awesome. Awesome, awesome.
Amazing, team. We are so grateful that you are spending your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are spending it with us. And we are so, so grateful for you. Like Julia said, maybe you're keeping those legs moving. Maybe you're catching your breath, grabbing some water. Now, the great thing about doing this video is you can pause us, you can speed us up, slow us down wherever you need to be. Grabbing some water. We are going to get ready for round 2. Now, most important thing here, team, is to check in and see how round 1 felt. Do you need a little more? Do you need a little less? And the great thing about that is you can tune into wherever you need to be and modify accordingly. So we are going to go through those same 6 exercises again. So we are going to start off with those 10 squats or the 10 seated leg extensions, 5 on each side in 3, 2, 1, and go. Starting by rolling those shoulders down and back. You can see Julia in that squat. Weight is in her heels, setting those hips and glutes down and back like she's sinking into a chair. Exhale as she comes up. Awesome work. You can always play with the hand placement of what feels good for you here, team. Rolling those shoulders down back. Core is working here. I'm squeezing through my quad with 2 left to go in the seated leg extension in 2 and 1. Getting out of there. Alrighty, we are finding our rows. So again, that's our 20 rows, single arm. Maybe you're going to try double arm here. Great thing, team, is we can use weights, we can use bands, water bottles, whatever, or you can use your own body weight. So getting set up here, we're going to roll those shoulders down and back. We are going to get started in 3, 2, 1, and go. So like Julia said last time, we're keeping those arms close to our side body as we bring those elbows up and back, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Here, maybe you're finding a nice neutral spot on the wall to focus on. Now, Julia has a great setup there for that standing position, that hinge position, helping to support that low back here, team. Maybe you're transitioning into that single arm or trying that double arm, up to you. Maybe you're transitioning to weights or getting rid of them. Julia, how are you doing over there?
Woo, feeling awesome. How are you doing, Emma?
Good. We got a few more here, team. We got 3, 2, and 1. Getting out of there, giving those arms a shake. I might have given us a little extra surprise there. Ooh, a little wave like Julia. Okay, team, we are on to our 30 jumping jacks. So you can decide what feels good for you. Coming to a low jack like me. Now you can always bring the arms into it. Maybe the arms are staying out, focusing on that lower body. You decide. We're finding that inhale and that exhale for that cardio. Now, if you want to change it up a little bit, you can maybe try to come to that full jack like Julia, then transition to a low jack as well. Team, we are halfway there. We got this. Choosing what option modification feels good. If you don't like jumping jacks, you can choose something else. Speed skaters, high knees, whatever. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work, team. Getting out there halfway through round 2. Look at us. We deserve a halfway little high five, pat on the back. Alrighty, team. We have 40 seconds of a hip hinge or that single leg forward bend. You decide where you need to be. Time is on in 3, 2, 1, and go. Rolling those shoulders down and back, squaring those hips off if you're in that hip hinge like me or that single leg forward bend like Julia. Now, for both of these, you're just coming down, lowering to that position that feels good for you here. You can see Julia's adding some weights in as well if you're looking for a bit more of a challenge. Just like that, team, halfway, we got this. Like Julia said, halfway is a great time to have a little reminder, check in with how you're doing. 10 seconds to go here, team. If you're in hip hinge like me, think about pushing those hips and glutes straight back like I'm trying to touch that wall behind me. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alrighty. We are getting set up for that upper body. We are finding the bicep curl to shoulder press. We might be focusing just on the biceps or just on the press or the combined movement. Double arm, single arm, whatever it may be. Julia's switching it up with the band there. We will get going. 50 seconds in 3, 2, 1, and go. Rolling those shoulders down and back. I know I sound like a broken record, but I love to use that as a little cue to get me set up. Now, most important, we know that core is on, that core is working, helping us to support us through. Now, sometimes if it feels good in that standing position, you can come to a staggered stance. So one foot slightly comes in front of the other. That helps to support that low back as we move through that Julia is showing us through their team. That is halfway, checking in. Shoulders, we're rolling them back down if you need to. Maybe we are adjusting single arm if that feels better, or focusing on one movement. We got this. Julia, how are you doing?
Oh, feeling great.
Amazing.
Biceps and shoulders, I feel I'm working.
Oh yeah, don't you worry. We have 3, 2, and 1 getting out of there. I think we deserve another little wave for that one to get our upper body through it. Alrighty, team. We have made it to cardio time. So you're finding that fast feet if that feels good. Maybe you're finding some seated punches or the combination movement. 60 seconds. Time is on in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 60 seconds, team. Final push, finding that inhale and that exhale, finding where you need to be. Now, if you're in punches like me, I like to go with my right arm first and left. Maybe I'm going to switch it up. See how that changes things a little bit. Might feel a little different, might feel the same. Awesome work, team. We got this. We are in it together. Julia and I are right here with you.
Woo! Yes, we are, team.
Amazing work, team. Just like that, great news. 30 seconds. Julia, how are you doing?
Oh, feeling good, Emma. I'm feeling like I can take on another 1% here. Woo!
Alrighty, team. Maybe that's your cue. You're going 1% faster or 1% slower for our last 15 seconds. We got this. Core is working. We are breathing away. 10 seconds to go. Woo, go team.
Woo!
We are right there with you. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work, everybody. Round 2 is done. Most important, we are keeping our body moving. We are shaking it out, grabbing some water, giving ourselves a high five, a pat on the back. Amazing work.
Woo! Awesome job, team. Emma, thank you for taking us through round 2. How are we doing for time? 13 minutes in. We definitely have time for a round 3. So team, like Emma said, give yourself a shoulder roll. Find that core if you've lost it. You know, always come back and give yourself a couple extra pelvic tilts, or just really thinking about engaging through those core muscles like you can take a punch. We're going to go into round 3 here. Check in with yourself on that rating of perceived exertion scale. I know you all know. Take a second to think about where you want to be. How do you feel after round 2? Where do you want to be for round 3? Are you ready? Whoop, whoop. Finding that leg extension or that squat, 10 reps. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and go. So maybe you did squats for round 1 and 2, and you're on leg extension for round 3, or vice versa. The beauty is you don't have to commit to just one. You can play around with what feels good for you, always listening to your body first, and our voice second. 3 more squats here, 2 more, and 1. Get out of there, give your glutes a little extra squeeze on the top. Let's work with those back muscles. They are calling us to be worked. Finding that hip hinge position or that seated, nice, strong seated position. Finding your 20 rows in 3, 2, 1, and go. So here, if you're going one arm at a time, you can also find that split stance Emma was talking about. You can also use a chair or a bench or something that you have at home for this single arm row as well. Pulling back, elbows nice and tight to my side, squeezing between that shoulder blade. Oftentimes here, our wrist kind of likes to pop up, likes to hyperextend. We want to make sure that arm stays in one nice, beautiful line here. All right, I'm blabbing a lot. If you haven't switched sides yet, switch sides here. Nice strong core. This is a reminder to bring that belly button to your spine. Exhaling as you're pulling back, inhaling to reset. Really letting that breath guide your movement. How's that orange doing between your shoulder blades? Oftentimes we talk about having an orange between our shoulder blades, squeezing in to make orange juice here. We want to really squeeze those muscles. 3, 2, 1. Okay, Emma, I think I also added on a couple extra reps here, but that's okay. Let's find those jumping jacks, seated jacks, low jacks, shuffle jacks, or star jumps. 30 reps whenever you're ready. So like you see, Emma's got both hands and legs going. I've got both arms and legs going. But if you're feeling tired, you can do just arms or just legs or any other cardio that your heart desires. How's that core? Are you still engaging? Can you take a punch? I know you can. I think I'm like 15 in. Let's do 15 more for good luck. Woo! Emma, how you doing over there?
Doing great. I'm finding that inhale and that exhale to help guide me through. Core is on, like Julia said. I'm right there with you, team. Julia is right there with you too. Almost done.
3, 2, and 1. Woo! Get out of there. Hamstrings and glutes, bum muscles are calling us for some single leg forward bends or hip hinges. 40 seconds is on in 3, 2, 1, and go. So here, making sure my chest and hips are square to the direction I'm facing. I'm hinging over those hips. So if you've ever had a rotisserie chicken, that's what we're thinking of here. I've got a bar through my hips. I'm rotating over that bar like a chicken. Nice, slow, controlled on the way down, slow, controlled on the way up. It's not about speed here. Oftentimes in strength or resistance exercises, halfway by the way, we like to speed it up. We like to get it over quickly. But I promise you what we want to do is go slow, controlled. Let those muscles, or give those muscles time to react. Final 7 seconds here. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Get out of there, team. Alrighty, 50 seconds of biceps to shoulders, or just biceps, or just shoulders. Emma, are you ready?
I am ready.
Timer's on in 3, 2, 1, and go. Well, I better get some equipment here, my goodness. So here, finding whatever position feels good, staggered stance, feet beside each other, seated position, wherever you are, making sure that core is engaged, belly button to that spine, nice and neutral back here. We like to, or our body kind of likes to push the hips forward to help bring those arms up during a curl and press. Our job is to keep that pillar stable. So from shoulders to glutes, that whole area is stable. Just the arm is hinging here, up and back down. Guess what? We're halfway. Switch sides if you're doing one arm at a time. Beautiful, team. Letting your breath guide your movement here. Pulling those shoulders down and back from your ears. Wiggling those fingers and toes. They love to hold tension. Final stretch here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Get out of there. Woo! All Alrighty, team, it's time for our final cardio. 60 seconds of fast feet or punches or a combination or whatever your heart desires. Maybe that means it's a dance party. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and go. Last cardio of the class. I don't want to say of the day because I don't know, maybe you do this again later, or maybe you go for a walk, or maybe you do this a little longer, or maybe you already did this earlier. We don't know, but guess what? Only 45 seconds to go. If you want to, this is your chance to take it up 1% in intensity, or maybe down if that's feeling better. Emma, how you doing over there?
Woo, I'm working. I'm feeling this, team. We are right there with you. Woo, go team, go.
Halfway right there. Now, if you want to switch it up, you can travel with your fast feet. You can go forward. You can go backwards. You can go to the right. You can go to the left. You can even go in a circle if that feels good. 15 seconds left. Woo! You got this, team. Can you take 1 more percent for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! You did it, team.
Amazing
3
work.
rounds. Oh my gosh. I am sweating over here. Oh, team, amazing job. Now keep those legs moving. Grab some water if you need. That was perfectly 20 minutes, but we have a little surprise for you. If you want to stay on for a couple extra minutes, we've got a little core that we're going to take you through. If you feel like signing off, you sign off. Just make sure you give your body a nice stretch when the muscles are still warm. Emma, are you ready to take us through our core exercise for the day?
We got this, team. We have some fun planks in store. So we are going to do 2 planks here, just like Julia took us through. She's going to show us from on the ground here. I will show us from standing position. So taking some time, Julia is getting her mat set up. So if you need, team, you're grabbing that mat, taking some time to catch your breath, bring that heart rate down before you come into that plank position. So if you need to pause this before you do that, feel free, okay? So I will demonstrate from a standing and incline position while Julia gets set up, but we're gonna start with our planks. We're gonna roll those shoulders down and back. Now, if you're coming to the wall like me, I'm taking the big step back, bringing those elbows under my shoulders here, or I can come to that high plank position. Wherever I am, I'm staying nice and stacked here, okay? Taking that big step away or small step. The closer I am, the easier it will be. Further away, more difficult. So from my incline, I get set up here, taking the step back where I need. Core is on. Now, if you see Julia on the ground there on the mat, few options. So Julia is getting set up from her knees. So you can see that she has that nice 90-degree bend in that elbow, and her elbows are nice and under her shoulders. So from here, she is staying from her knees there. Core is on, breathing away. Now, if she's looking for a bit more of a challenge, she can come onto her toes. So you can see that her hips nice and high, nice and level there, just popping them up. Team, at any point, the great thing about a plank is you can adjust in between. So if Julie wants to come down to her knees, or you want to transition from an incline to the wall, or move closer or further away, you can do that. Alrighty, if you're not feeling up for a plank today, you can also say goodbye to us, but we are going to go through 2 planks, 30 seconds each. Okay, team, are we ready to go? Julia, how are you doing? Are you ready?
I am ready, readier than ever. Readier, that's the word, right?
Oh yeah. Okay, team, we are going to get set up for plank number 1. Let's roll those shoulders down and back. Core is on. Like Julia likes to say, you can take a punch to the tummy there. We won't punch you though. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1, and go. We promise you here that smiling through this plank helps to make the time go faster. If you're listening to music, that will help time go, because you know what? 10 seconds is already down. Check in with that core. Are we breathing away? Making sure those hips are nice and level. We're nice and stacked. 10 seconds to go here, team. Option to come out and come into your stretch early if that feels good for you. We have 3, 2, and 1. Getting out of there. Amazing work.
Woo!
Oh my goodness, team. You can see Julia's coming into a child's pose. So that's a great option there. If you're in a standing position, hands can come to that wall or that chair, taking that big step back, pushing those hips and glutes back. or maybe you're finding another stretch that feels good for you here, catching your breath, rolling those wrists out. Now, if it doesn't feel good for you in this position, you can also grab, if you have a foam, a yoga mat, you can roll your yoga mat up a few times there as well to help support your wrist there, as Julia is showing. So that'll add some extra cushion. You can also do that to roll up and support those knees if you are coming onto your knees. Alrighty, Julia, what do you say we go through round number 2?
I am ready for another 30 seconds of our last exercise. Whoop, whoop.
Alrighty, team, we got this. Okay, 30 seconds is on the clock in 3, 2, 1, and go. Alrighty, finding wherever you need to be. Core is on. We got this, team. Finding that inhale and that exhale. 10 seconds already down, adjusting to where you need to be. We are right there with you. Maybe you're coming to your knees, your toes, incline or wall. 10 seconds left. Last 10 seconds of this workout together. Julia and I are right there with you, team. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming out of there, transitioning to that child's pose, that little stretch, whatever you need. Amazing work, team. You should be so proud of the effort that you put in here today. Amazing work.
Woo! Thank you everyone for spending the last 25 minutes with Emma and I today for our last week of the holiday workout virtual series. Please remember to give yourself a nice stretch and cool down after class today when your muscles are still warm. So right now is a great time, or after a hot shower or bath or commercial break workout later today. And make sure to tune into our channel. We're gonna have lots more videos and things like this coming up. So thank you everybody, take care and happy new year. Here's to a healthy start to 2021. Whoop, whoop.
Amazing work, team. Thanks for joining us.